Okay, today we are back with another Hunter x Hunter reaction video. And Jordan, we are on episode number 57.
Yes, sir.
And I'm feeling some real deja vu
From
Gon and Killua have been captured for the second time.
Oh, I know, man.
By the Phantom Troop.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they may make it a little bit harder this time for them to escape.
Yeah, I would assume that would be the case.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're going to try to still escape.
Or
knowing them.
Kurapika or Leorio will come to the rescue.
Yeah. I'm loving this teamwork.
Yeah.
I'm loving the teamwork we're seeing on both sides, really. But the fact that the big four are all together in York New City.
Right.
All with the same objective, pretty much. Right? And they're working together. It's amazing to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, brother man, we have a whole bunch of comments from our patrons to read today. So let's jump right in. Starting with the one, the only, Panda Booty Bump Brandon.
So Panda Booty Bump Brandon writes, I definitely had flashes of Light Yagami, episode 1 of Death Note, writing all those names like a conductor in a symphony. In his notebook, when CHROLLO was shown conducting the symphony of violence the troop was spreading. Oh, I think one of us, I forget who, even mentioned that.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Light Yagami vibes.
Absolutely.
And then our wonderful patron Trador says that's extra on point as CHROLLO's voice actor is also Lights.
Crazy.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Sometimes things just happen that way.
Yeah.
Right. And I wonder if this was obviously probably intentional, you know, because Light's voice, this voice actor has such a unique voice and way of creating a particular type of character.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Brandon chimes in saying, I did not know that. Silly Goose says, OMG, that makes me love CHROLLO even more. Okay. We are finally starting to learn more about CHROLLO.
Yeah.
And it's interesting seeing his personality traits and, you know, the things that he does.
Yeah. I hope we learn more about his early childhood in Meteor City. Yeah. And Silly Goose here, of course, that would make them love CHROLLO even more. If you look at their profile picture, that's our guy Mahito.
Yeah.
Silly Goose seems to have an affinity for antagonists and darker characters. Okay. Thank you so much, Panda Booty Bump Brandon. The next comment comes from Jake Thompson, and Jake writes, the fortune will be explained and broken down, and that'll give you guys a more clear interpretation, including who CHROLLO's tears are for.
Ooh. All right. Thank you, Jake. The next comment comes to us from Silly Goose, and Silly Goose writes, I love the troop so much. They're so cool, so smooth, so chaotic, so sneaky. Best villains ever. Silly Goose, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
The fact that there are so many Phantom Troop members, I think, is what it adds to them being the best villains ever. Because you continue to learn about each member's powers, right, and what makes this group complete.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
And of course, Silly Goose is loving it. Yeah. Thank you, Silly Goose.
Yeah.
The next comment comes from Morena. I believe this is a new name. And Morena has a long comment describing how CHROLLO's powers work.
All right.
So Morena writes, CHROLLO Lucifer, or Luce Ilfer, similar to Lucifer, is a specialist, and here's how his powers work. He can steal other people's Nen abilities and use them as his own. We know that. He files the ability in the conjured book known as Bandit's Secret, from which he can draw it out at will. All right. Once the ability is stolen by CHROLLO, the victim will no longer be able to use the ability. That's something that I don't think we knew.
Right.
And it makes me wonder how Mr. Nostrade is going to react when he finds out that his daughter is no longer capable of using this ability.
Right.
He's not going to be too happy. Morena continues, the ability is stolen from the victim, but they still have their nen. Meaning, if you lose an ability, why not just make another one or something new? This is a loophole that I figured out on my own. I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. This may be the first little loophole that one of our patrons has pointed out. These are the condition and restriction before he can steal other people's nen abilities. He must, number one, witness the nen ability with his own eyes. Okay. He must ask about the ability, how it works, and be answered by the victim. His victim's palm must touch the handprint on the cover of Bandit's Secret. All of the above must be done within an hour. So that's what we witnessed him doing with Naomi, right? When he was sitting across from her, asking her about how her powers work.
Yep.
And number two, to use an ability that is stolen, the book must be held open in his right hand to the page with the desired ability, okay? And number three, the only way to return the stolen ability is when CHROLLO dies. However, when the ability vanishes from the book, Bandit's Secret, it means the victim of the stolen ability had passed away by any means. Other than Kurapika, or in all the characters in anime, CHROLLO has the most complex power ever.
Wow.
Him and Prince Seridijnish. He's a spoiler for the manga Hunter x Hunter, so don't Google him.
Okay.
Morena, thank you so much for breaking this down for us. We were just talking about how we hope to learn more about our guy CHROLLO. I think Morena just educated us a whole lot here, brother.
Yeah, and it's absolutely fascinating right now, thinking back to these moments where CHROLLO isn't trying to kill his opponent.
Yes.
Right? He has an incentive to keep them alive.
Yeah.
So that he can continue using their stolen power.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's something to pay attention to moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's like a vibe I've gotten from CHROLLO since the beginning. He's not, like, killing isn't his first instinct, his first thought, right? His first thought is trickery.
Let me steal your powers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And strategy.
That's right.
All right, thank you so much, Morena. The next comment comes to us from Vlad, and Vlad writes, remember, never underestimate old people in anime. John, we are slowly learning.
Yeah. Zeno,
Gakuganji, right? Any other older?
AOT, what's his name? Pixis.
Okay. He was not as old as these folks though, right?
Well, I mean, he had some youthful energy.
Yeah,
he's still up there.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Vlad. And then Tokaje writes, the fact that the good part of this anime is yet to come is insane. I love when people say stuff like this.
Me too.
Right? We went 2-3 full seasons of AOT before people started to say stuff like this. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Thank you, Tokaje.
Thank you so much. Our guy Kevin Abraham wrote in to tell us how much they love this episode number 52.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Kevin, as well. All right, you want to take this comment, Jared? Because I just had a long one.
Sure. All right. The next comment comes to us from I Am Jam. That looks like a new name.
Yep.
And I Am Jam writes, hey, J&J, I think this is my first comment. Have been lurking, watching your AOT, JJK, and Hunter x Hunter reactions over the past 1 to 2 months. And I never did answer your question of where we are or what we do. I'm from Montreal, Canada, and I work as a systems administrator for an engineering company. Ooh.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah.
Complex.
And I don't know if that type of job could either be insanely thrilling or extremely boring.
Yeah.
Let us know how your job is, I Am Jam. How I like to think of the way Kurapika acted in this episode is that for years, he's been training with a clear purpose in mind. Get the eyes of his clan back and get revenge. While it did make him sick when he actually killed Uvo, he has this bottomless well of rage that he needs to unleash on the troop. When he wants revenge, he doesn't just want the spider to be dead. He wants to spend that rage and do it. And for him to see the fake bodies, it's like him having accumulated mental energy and steeled his mind and resolve for that one purpose, which was taken away from him. He won't get his revenge and will have to only think that someone else has achieved, taken his goal, while he was kept away on babysitting duty for Neon. Yeah. Then add the fact that he actually bought and held the eyes of someone in his clan. While he probably can't recognize whose eyes they were, they definitely belonged to someone he actually knew and cared about. So here, even though they were copies, right, the feeling for Kurapika is still the same, right? And the real versions of those eyes belong to somebody he probably actually knew and cared about.
Right.
And then I Am Gem finishes by saying, having his purpose stolen from him, then holding the eyes of his people, just made him feel empty and broken. I think unfortunately for the troop, Jordan, they have unleashed a freaking monster. Kurapika will go to whatever end, right, of this world to get revenge.
He'll even dress up as a woman.
Exactly.
Disguise himself as a woman.
We've seen him going solo dolo, right, for a while now. Finally, he's allowed Gon, Killua, Leorio, Melody, and others to help him. But again, like, he's here in an alley, and Gon and Killua are now captured. Right? How's it gonna play out?
It's gonna play out. It's gonna play out. If there's anything we learned so far, it's gonna play out.
All right, thank you so much, I Am Jam, for your comment. Please continue to comment in, and thank you so much for supporting us and for sharing a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, I Am Jam. All right, we have a comment here from our wonderful, insightful
Beta.
No, Alpha ain't no beta. Alpha dog when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. Alpha. And the amount of comments that Alpha left on the previous few episodes, brother, was astounding, but they were all so well written and broke things down so well. So thank you so much, Alpha. Shout out to you. Alpha writes, Connery, is that how you pronounce her name?
Connery, Canary, Cannery.
I miss her, man. Was also from Meteor City, as mentioned during the Zoldyck arc. The baby scene in Meteor City was further emphasizing Leorio's description of Meteor City. The residents accept everything that's left there, including abandoned children. When you learn that the Phantom Troop are all from there, it hints that they were all unwanted, abandoned, or orphaned children who were basically thrown away in a dump. The flashback in the beginning of the episode was CHROLLO and possibly future Phantom Troop members seemingly being happy kids, just playing and having fun despite the terrible living conditions they grew up in. You're correct that Meteor City is an essential location that gets more explained later, and even your point about how the true story of Meteor City may make the Phantom Troop seem more sympathetic is a really cool prediction. But to find out more, you'll need to watch more of the anime and eventually read the manga, because anything more is an unnecessary spoiler. Okay, we will continue to watch and hopefully it'll get explained more. But Jared, you said something after we watched this episode number 54, that struck me and I'm still thinking about. Right, the parallel between the underground in AOT and Meteor City in Hunter x Hunter. right? Just places where people just seemingly waste away, and people are not considered people. Because in the episode it said something like the population is technically zero.
Yeah.
Like it's considered to be zero, but there are over 10 million people who live in Meteor City.
Yeah.
So these are the forgotten folks, the people who are just dumped there. So I think we can assume that CHROLLO and whoever else came from there is very resilient.
Oh, yes.
And Canary is definitely very resilient as well.
Now, I just had a thought in my mind. Sometimes these thoughts just come and go. What if Canary is a spider? What if? We'll just let that be.
Yeah.
Right? That wouldn't be good. But because it's a character that has already built somewhat of a bond with Killua.
Yeah.
Right? We've liked Canary from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to watch more and find out.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alpha. The next comment comes to us from Villanelle. Now, there's a show on Netflix. I forget the title of it, but the main character's name is Villanelle.
Villanelle or Villanelle?
Villanelle.
Villanelle.
Yeah.
Like Villanova.
Right. And I wonder if Villanelle's name is inspired by that character. I don't know. Very intriguing character, by the way. Villanelle writes, Hisoka is so smart for changing that fortune so fast. Angelica Hernandez writes, specifically keeping it within the parameters of a verse that the fortunes are supposed to be, revealing enough truth and keeping his secrets safe. Just mad genius.
Yeah.
During the rewatch, it was a little more clear what Hisoka was doing.
Yep.
Right? He switched that thing with the swiftness.
Sleight of hand.
Right? And like the troop members are trying to justify Hisoka's position now.
Yeah.
Right? And come up with reasons why he may have to do what he's doing.
Yeah, he was just loving it. He's
exactly.
Like, oh, yes.
All right, so that was mad genius.
Yeah.
And then Fiona writes, one of my favorite things about Killua is the fact that he changes his outfit multiple times throughout the show, while everyone else just has their one outfit. LOL. That is a great point. I have not thought about that.
Yeah.
I think it was in the last episode, seeing Killua in his just regular hoodie. Right? Looking like that's scary Killua.
Yeah.
Regular hoodie, and you can't hear his footsteps.
Oh.
Assassin.
Yeah, man. All right, thank you so much, Villanelle, Angelica, and Fiona. A few more comments here, everybody. The next one comes from our patron, Brit M. And this also looks like a new name right here. So shout out to you, Brit. Brit writes, man, these fortunes really test your literature and language arts skills. These were my favorite subjects in school, so I immediately went to deciphering the poems when I first watched. They essentially tell you how the arc will or could unfold based on the decisions of the characters. It's such a creative concept. Well, Brit M, literature and language arts was not my best subject, I'd say. I was okay at it.
Yeah.
You seem to always be just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. But yeah, this is fascinating. The fact that Brit went straight to deciphering the poems. Hey, more power to you, Brit. Not I.
Yeah, not I either, Jordan. I remember in middle school and high school and even college at sometimes.
Yeah.
Where we would have to analyze and decipher poems. And the moment, like when you're a high schooler and you're placed in front of you a Frost poem.
Who's Frost again?
I forget his first name. I just remembered the last name. A Frost poem, and you have this lofty language, and you're sitting there like, what the hell does any of this mean?
Yeah.
Can I just come up with anything? Can I interpret it the way I want to interpret it?
Right.
Right. And then the teacher gives you the correct interpretation, and you're like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poetry is very difficult to interpret, but I like poems that allow for multiple interpretations.
Yeah. And it could be said that all poems allow for multiple interpretations.
Sometimes.
Okay. Thank you, Britt.
Thank you, Britt.
Keep writing in.
Yes.
Show us your literature and language art skills.
All right. The next comment comes to us from Elf. And Elf writes, when I watched Hunter x Hunter for the first time ever, anything Hisoka did that I didn't understand or wasn't explained at first, I chalked up to magic. Magic here being his nen powers. He is a magician after all, so sleight of hand is like child's play to him.
Yeah.
It's like what Machi mentioned after she patched him up after the Castro fight. His nen abilities are so perfectly suited for him. It allows him to be so crafty and mask his actions and motives. He's a top-tier stirrer in usually the most clever way, and that's why he's a fave character of mine. Also, this episode is a great example of the main four's friendship and loyalty. You already know Gon is the ultimate ride or die, but then you also get Killua and Leorio, who are usually more practical about things and stepped out, coming back to say that they're all in this together. They should all share the same fate and ask for the Nen Blades as well. Jordan, that was one of the most powerful moments in this entire series for me.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to do that. Right? There's no... They weren't getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
Other than enhancing their own resolve and becoming better friends to Kurapika.
And what's more important to Gon especially, but Killua and Leorio too to a certain extent, than becoming the best friends that they can possibly become, right? That's all Gon cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry.
No.
Yeah. Look at the emoji, or little emojis in the creativity that Elf used.
Yeah.
To give us Hisoka's face in emoji form.
Yeah.
We may have to use that ourselves. Jared, every single time I see Elf's name or we read a comment from Elf, Will Ferrell's face pops up in my head.
Oh boy.
I love that movie.
Dad? Dad!
Dad!
Buddy the Elf.
Legendary.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Elf, for this comment. The next one comes from Andreas Adekoya. And Andreas writes, CHROLLO said he's not fond of killing people that have nothing to do with him, yet he seems to let his people do it without hesitation. Important thing to note. Definitely an extremely complicated individual. Okay. Noted, Andreas.
Yeah.
And then our patron Federico Tokski writes in and says, Kurapika is my favorite character. I think at this point in the show, he's our favorite character too. I'll speak for myself.
Gon, Killua, Kurapika. Not in any order, but the big three. Leorio, he's still earning my liking.
All right. Yeah, thank you everybody for sharing with us your favorite characters up to this point.
Yeah.
Keep writing in because, Jared, our patrons are beyond smart. These comments blow me away every single time we read them because I'm sitting here thinking like, this is an anime. We came into our anime journey viewing it a certain way, right? That stereotype was completely shattered. Anime is essentially
life.
It's essentially life. I like that. It's life, but it's like, it's analytical. It's storytelling at its highest.
It's art.
It's art.
Right? It comes from somebody's mind.
Yeah.
And again. Like, that's why I love seeing artists like Megan Thee Stallion, right, and Big Sean, and you know, people in sports like Noah Lyles, right, really trying to spread this beautiful medium of anime.
I watched this video last night. It popped up on my feed.
YouTube?
I can't remember if it was YouTube or where I got it from, but it's like a 2-minute video. I'm gonna put it at the end of today's episode for you all to watch, but it's the South Park creators talking about what makes good storytelling. And I found it highly intriguing and relatable to anime.
Amazing.
So check it out at the very end of this video, everybody. And with that, let's jump on into episode number 57.
Come on.
Initiative and Law.
Let's go.
Here we go, everybody. Squala, Jared.
ウゴーのその後は知らなかったけど、鎖野郎の顔と名前は分かったわ。
We ain't even
能力はまだ不
talk
明。
about that.
分かった。ベーチタクルホテルのロビーで待つ。鎖野郎の正体が分かったそうだ。残りの仲間は3人。行こう。
Oh, Melody can hear all this, Draw.
どうする。これじゃパクノダをさらっても意味がない。俺がクラピカならターゲットを変更する。どのみち旅団を潰すなら狙うのは頭だ。戦慄が奴らの会話を聞いてるから俺たちの行き先は分かっているはず。問題はいつやるか。こればかりは打ち合わせしないと無理。問題はいつやるか。こればかりは打ち合わせしないと無理だ。勝負は一瞬。数コンマの遅れが命取りになる。
Very interesting. So now Kurapika, what Killua just said, Kurapika is switching his targets. Right, he's not going to go after Nobunaga, but instead now...
Or Pakunoda.
Or Pakunoda.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go after CHROLLO. Uh-oh.
They better hope that Pakunoda doesn't start using that big brain of hers.
Right, yeah, keep her away from all of this.
Because Kurapika told Gon and Killua even more than Squala knows about the chain user, Kurapika. Right, so how his powers work. So if Pakunoda's around these two, that's danger. Danger, danger.
Right.
Stranger danger.
Are they in a public hotel? Is that
That's
real?
Leoyo. That's Leoyo.
ここで待とう。
隙がねえ。今から入ってくるやつは最優先で警戒されちまう。クラピカたちが先回りしてるといいけど。
てめえ今何時だと思ってんだ、バカベーチタクルホテルだよ。何度聞き間違いすりゃ気が済むんだ。あ
レオリオ
あ何見てんだこれ。
They can't say anything.
消します。
ほっとけ。目を合わすな。
見せ物じゃねえぞ。ったく間抜けな手下持ったおかげで俺のお先真っ暗だぜ。いいか間抜けな手下持ったおかげで俺のお先真っ暗だぜ。いいか目つぶるのは今回だけだ。次ヘマしたら分かってんな。よく聞けよ。7時きっかりだ。それまでにホテルに来
He's giving
い。
them instructions.
メッセージだ。
Right.
7時きっかり。闇に乗じること。
So 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
関節を外して瞬時に糸から抜け出し、攻撃するまで 0.7 秒前後。余裕でいける。奴らだって突然停電すれば闇に目が慣れるまで数秒はかかる。すれば闇に目が慣れるまで数秒はかかる。
さて最後の曲はペンネームキッチョムさんからのリクエス
Is
ト
that
です。
Melody?
あと
Talking?
3分。
Was that? It sounded like Melody's voice.
さて最後の曲は
Might not be.
ペンネームキッチョムさんからのリクエストです。
あと3分。
パクたちが来た。
お、なんだおめえら、また捕まったのかよ。へへ、分かったぜ。結局気が変わって入団したくなったんだろ。
あんたたちにかけられてた賞金が取り消しになったこと知らなかっただけだよ。
その結果また尾行に失敗したのか。懲りねえな。だがこれも何かの縁ってやつよ。
あと2分。
まあ仲良くやろうぜ。
やだね。懸賞金があったからこそ追っかけてたんだ。本当ならお前らなんか顔も見たくないんだからな。うまい。これなら目をつむっても不自然じゃない。俺もだね。
どうだい団長、いい球だな。ウボウに通じるふてぶてしさがある。
子供だからだろ。怖いもん知らずなのはさ。それより鎖野郎ってどんなやつ？
その前にパク、もう一度こいつら調べる。
オッケー。何を聞く？
何を隠しているか。
くそ、いい質問だぜ。確信をついてるし、いっぺんにいろんな記憶を引き出せる聞き方だ。
さて今週も残すところあと1分となってしまいました。
1分、時間を稼ぐんだ。
Yeah, get out of there, get out.
無駄だね。あんたさ、対象者に触れることで記憶を引き出す能力なんだろう。俺たちは何も隠してないし、何も知らない。
やればわかること。黙りなさい。
もし知ってても別のこと考えて頭の中
He's gonna get the same treatment. Oh, they're just buying time? No, yeah. That's good.
何か勘違いしてるわね。私が引き出すのは記憶の底の最も純粋な原記憶。あんたたちが作り出したイメージを読むわけではないの。私の質問であんたたちの記憶を刺激する。すると池に石を投げた時みたいに記憶の底で沈殿した泥が舞う。それが原記憶。加工されてない記憶。私はそれを救い取る。
Oh, shit. Very poetic.
偽証は不可能よ。
それじゃあまた来週。 JFN が7時をお知らせします。
Come on out. It's 7. It's 7.
さあ、質問よ。何を隠してるの？
Darkness.
見える。奴らは見えていない。
Let's go. Let's go. Can Gon see or just kill her? Oh.
右のやつが抜けた。見えない。これを企んでたのか。こいつは離さない。
Oh. Kill her. Go get him.
糸を切るにはやるしかない。
Oh. Oh, he killed her.
抜けない。筋肉で止めやがった。
捕まえた。
Oh my goodness.
殺気を出せばこっちも構える。闇に乗じた意味がないね。切るわ。
Come on, Gon. Oh, snap. Nobunaga.
観念しな。
Nobunaga.
残念だったな。まあ結構いい線いってたぜ。
Damn.
入り口の方からか。
Who did that? I
ラ
don't
ジオ
know.
のやつもグルだよね。
ほっとけ。
Leorio.
こいつらさえいれば OK だ。そろそろ目も慣れる。
そうね。あれ、団長は？
団長もいねえ。
Oh.
しずく、こいつを頼む。
はい。パク、平気？
左手と奥歯を折られたわ。
ちょっと見くびってたね。
それよりびっくりよ。その子たち。
待て。パクノだ。おめえにだ。
I'll kill CHROLLO. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, go back to that flashback. So that's CHROLLO tied up, brother. I don't know who these two are. But on the note,
Right.
it said discuss their memories and I'll kill him.
And Pakunoda, she just said, this is going to shock you, right? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Like, she knows.
Yeah. Yes.
So she just did her thing.
Just don't discuss them. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
note says.
それよりびっくりよ。
Look, this is going to shock
その
you.
子たち。
待て。
These kids are...
Yeah.
パクノだ。おめえにだ。
What, working? What could she possibly have said?
Yeah.
Working with the chain user?
おい、一体どうなってるんだ？
ホテルの受付嬢に変装してノーマーク。
あ
いや、それよりもこの事実。あの位置からの鎖の攻撃は団長なら十分にもこの事実。あの位置からの鎖の攻撃は団長なら十分に回避できる。しかし不意の暗黒。一瞬のロスが鎖への反応を遅らせた。初めから狙われていた周到な準備。いやでも停電、7時欠航など断片的なキーワードしか救い取れなかった。もう一つ不思議なのはやはりこの二人。鎖野郎を以前から知っていたのならなぜ前の質問で記憶として浮かび上がらなかった？それは奴が最近まで自分の能力を仲間にも隠していたからに違いない。この状況から推察されるあいつの性格、理知的で頭の回転が速く、秘密主義の上に基本は冷徹。これは脅しではないと考えた方がいい。あの闇の中、数秒のロスを覚悟してまでメッセージを残した意味、それはこのメッセージが真実だから。奴には心臓の鼓動を聞くことだ。真実だから。奴には心臓の鼓動を聞くことで他人の感情を読み取れる仲間がいる。そいつがいるからこそ奴が残したメッセージ。私が話せば奴は仲間を見殺しにしてでも団長を殺すだろう。裏を返せばまだこの二人には人質としての価値があるということ。それは団長を奪還するチャンスだけど。
これからおめえは一言も話すな。いいな。マチ、お前は糸に集中しろ。俺が変わる。
クラピカがやった。
メッセージを残す以上必ず向こうからアプローチしてくる。それまではこいつら大事な人質だ。
雲では俺が頭でお前たちが手足だ。雲では俺が頭でお前たちが手足。手足は頭の指令に対して忠実に動くのが大原則だが、それは機能としての話で生死での話ではない。例えば俺が死んでも誰かが後を継げばいい、場合によっては頭より足の方が大事な時もあるだろう。見極めを誤るな。俺の命令は最優先だが、俺を最優先に生かすことはない。生かすべきは個人ではなく雲。それを忘れるな。
この場合はどうなのだろう。
雲ことはない。俺の命令はそんな時もあるだろう。
CHROLLO, right?
見極めを誤るな。俺の命令は最優先だが、俺を最優先に生かすことはない。生かすべきは個人ではなく雲。それを忘れるな。
この場合はどうなのだろう。この二人から引き出した鎖野郎の能力とその弱点、これを今みんなに話せば奴は倒せる。造作もなく。でもそれには団長の死が高い確率でつきまとう。おそらくウボウがそうだったように雲のための死。死？団長の占いはどうだったのだろう。二択。話すのが裏切りなのか、騙すのが裏切りなのか。
生かすべきは雲。
そうね、考えすぎてるわ。
パク、余計なこと考えなくていい。あんたはただ黙ってりゃいいの。
フェニックス急げ。団長がさらわれた。
団長、私たちにはまだあなたが必要です。たとえそれが雲に対する裏切りでも。
Pause that real quick. Yeah. Oh, again, we're seeing the resilience of the spiders.
I thought you were going to say resilience of Gon and Killua.
Them too.
Yeah.
But in the face of death, nobody seems to worry about their own life being taken because the life of the spider, as CHROLLO said, is what needs to live on.
Right.
That's amazing to me for some reason, brother. Like, Uvo went down without saying a word.
Yep.
CHROLLO would go down without saying a word. Pakunoda has to make a decision right here. Do you save CHROLLO or do you save the spider?
Right.
She seems to be struggling with that a bit.
And CHROLLO basically saying, right, the head's not as important as the spider.
Yeah.
The legs aren't as important as the overall spider. Right? Keep the spider alive. Yeah. Very reminiscent of Money Heist and the Professor. I'm getting Professor vibes from CHROLLO.
Have you rewatched that?
I think I've watched it twice, but a while ago. Right? And just like CHROLLO as a leader is the Professor, right? Handing out instructions. His intent, his number one intent is not to kill, but he will kill. And then basically just keep the spider alive, right? We have a mission at hand.
Yeah, that's a great comparison right there. All right, let's keep pushing everybody. Here we go.
Let's go.
大丈夫だ。敵の何人かは痛手を負った。火星が来るまで動くまい。何を見ている？
いや、鎖野郎が女性だとは思わなかった。
私がそう言ったか。見た目に惑わされぬことだな。それより発言に気をつけろ。
Hold on. When we said we didn't know who that was that Kurapika?
Was that the woman Kurapika?
Right.
Who was the man though?
Some person playing a receptionist, but I don't know who he was. Okay. But it looked like a different disguise. Still a woman for Kurapika, but that didn't look like the same woman. Could be wrong, but it sort of looked like Machi.
The woman holding CHROLLO?
Right. No, I'm saying just look-wise. It wasn't Machi.
Yeah.
But it looked a little different.
Yeah, I don't know who those individuals were.
何がお前の最後の言葉になるかわからんぞ。
殺せはしないさ。大事な仲間が残ってるだろう。
挑発を受け流せるほど今私は冷静じゃない。
クラピカ。よせよ。
あの娘の裏側にもこのことは出なかった。つまりこの状態は予言するほどのこともない、取るに足らない出来事というわけだ。
貴様、クラピカ。
もしそいつを殺したら俺がお前をやるぜ。
もう一度言ってやろうか。俺にとってこの状態は昼下がりのコーヒーブレイクと何ら変わらない平穏なものなのだ。
冷静になれクラピカ。状況は五分。何にも進展してねえんだ。
五分？お前もとんだピント外れだな。前提がまず間違っているよ。俺に人質としての価値などない。
これ以上くだらんざれ言を並べるなら。
嘘じゃないわ。彼が言っているのは全て本当よ。
そういうことだ。これは事実。追い詰められているのはお前たちの方だ。
どういうことだ。
彼の心臓は至って平常。動揺はみじんもないの。死への不安、恐怖、何もないわ。死を受け入れている音、死を毎日そばにあるものとして享受している音。なんでこんな音が出せるの？もう嫌、もう聞きたくない。その人の音もあなたの音も。
旋律。
彼は本当に自分には人質の価値がないと思っている。でも彼がリーダーだということも事実。
お前らは一体。
クモさん。
説明しろ。
停電したの。
その隙に団長がさらわれた。
鎖野郎からのメッセージがこれ。
なぜすぐ追わなかったか。
マチとパクがやられた。
で、
奴にはプロハンタークラスの仲間がまだいる。
で、
メッセージの裏をよく読め。こいつらには人質の価値があるって証だ。下手に動いてこいつらに逃げられたらアウトなんだぞ。おそらく団長が捕まってるのは ウボの力でもちぎれない鎖なんだ。自力脱出は難しい。
おそらく
言ったろうが停電。目が慣れた時には団長はもういなかった。とにかく動ける状態じゃなかったんだ。
オーケー、反省会は後。とにかく対策だ。
5年ほど前、火の目のクルタ族を虐殺した時、すでにお前はリーダーだったのか。
答えろ。
それがウボを殺した鎖か。ウボは最後に何と言っていた？
覚えていないな。
嘘だな。だろ、お仲間さん。気持ちはわかる。俺も同じだ。お前に話すことなど何もない。
クラピカ、挑発だ。それだ。
Restraint.
決定的だな。意外な穴。鎖野郎の弱点。させる。確実に。
団長からだ。もしもし。
これから3つ指示する。
鎖野郎か。
大原則としてこちらの指示は絶対だ。従わなければ即座にお前らのリーダーは殺す。1つ、追跡はするな。2つ、人質の2人に危害を加えるな。3つ、パクノダという女に代われ。
その前に1ついいか。2つ目の指示だが、人質の2人はさっき暴れた時に何箇所か骨折させちまった。
ならば交渉の余地はない。
Oh! I wasn't expecting that.
なんだ。
すまん、嘘だ。2人は無傷だ。
次はないぞ。
Oh, he's
く
got
だらん真似
business,
はする
Jar.
な。さっさとパクノダに代われ。もしもし。まずこの会話を聞くのはお前一人だ。離れた場所に移れ。まずこの会話を聞くのはお前一人だ。離れた場所に移れ。スクワラという男と接触したか？
え
え。では戦慄という女のことは？
知ってるわ。
ならば話は早い。よく聞け。まず今から仲間とのコミュニケーションを禁ずる。会話はもちろん動作、筆記、暗号、アイコンタクト、その他一切だ。これから場所を指示するが、お前一人で来い。その時わずかでも鼓動に動揺があれば人質は殺す。分かったな。一度変われ。さっきの男以外のやつだ。
変わったぜ。
これからパクノダ一人と会う。残りの者は全員アジトに戻れ。10人常に同じ場所にいろ。一人でも欠けていたら人質は殺す。いいな。
ああ。
もう一度パクノダと変われ。
俺。
指定場所はリンゴン空港だ。8時までに来い。いいか。必ず一人で来るんだ。
迷うなパクノダ。みんなと来い。こいつは使命より仲間を取る。
おい、パク！
待て！パクは一人で行かせるんだ。俺たちはアジトに戻る。鎖野郎の指示だ。
それがどうした？
指示に背いたら団長がやられるんだぞ。
バカかお前。そうなったら鎖野郎を殺す。それで終わりだ。
団長もきっと同じこと言うよ。信長、お前の考え方雲への侮辱ね。
ここでパクノダを追跡するのは必須。絶対条件だ。
同感だな。パク一人だけ行かせても意味がない。ずるずる奴の指示に従えば占い通りになっちゃうよ。
私は信長に賛成だ。今はまだ指示に従った方がいい。
僕も。
今はそりゃいつまでだ。手足が半分なくなるまでか。雫、お前は。
っていうか揉めたら来いんでしょ。
こいつは明らかなルール違反だ。
でもやっぱり信長派かな。団長にはまだ死んでほしくないし、もちろんパクもだけど、パクも同じ気持ちだよ。だからこそ何も語らずに飛び出したんだから。
呆れたな。話にならねえ。今すぐぶっ殺したいところだが、パクノダを追うのが先だ。
待て！ そこから一歩でも進んだら切るぜ。
ほう、やってみろよ。
団員同士のマジ切れ禁止。
お前信長派じゃなかったのか。
心情的にはね。
Wow.
でもルールは絶対。ルールの否定は雲の否定。それは団長をも否定する。それだけはしたくないから。
Shizuku the referee
俺が出よう。
And Blinky the hottie.
It took me a second.
やつからだ。
俺が出よう。もしも
人質のどちらかを
Oh, he's quick, Jordan.
こんなほら、
奴らは全員揃っているか。
今はね。でもさっきまでパクノダを追うかどうかも。
余計なこと言うんじゃねえ。もしもし。
30分以内にアジトに戻れ。小細工をいくらしても構わないが、リーダーが死ぬだけだ。またすぐ連絡する。
これじゃあ追跡は無理だね。
そうか。
10人揃ってねえと団長が死ぬか。人質を連絡係に使うとはな。頭のいい野郎だ。
団長と戦うチャンスだが、僕がここを吹ければ団長が死ぬというわけなんだ。助けてくれ。
いいよ。クロロよりちょっとだけ付き合い長いしね。
Who that?
クラピカの執念が実を結び、旅団との対決はついに最終局面を迎える。
It wasn't a Lumi, was it? Anytime I see long hair, I think of a Lumi. Right. I've known you longer than I've known Kokoro. Crazy. Wow. Oh, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, this episode, a lot happened.
Yeah.
Mental
Yeah.
warfare between both sides.
Yeah, we should have known it wouldn't be an entire episode before Kurapika came to the rescue.
Yeah.
Right? This man, Jordan, Kurapika is quick, he's slick, and he's highly intelligent. Ooh.
I think he's met a match, though, brother, in CHROLLO.
Maybe, but like just what Kurapika has managed to do alone is very impressive.
Yeah.
Right? Telling the 10 troop members to all go to the hideout together.
Yeah.
Right? He wants Nobunaga to come to him. And then he's got CHROLLO. And using melody in such a clever way is just crazy.
Yeah, using her to read the heartbeats and stuff like that.
Right. And as a threat, right? Asking Pakunoda,
yeah.
You know melody, right? You know, I love what Kurapika's doing here.
Yeah, Kurapika's going to work.
Yeah.
He's going to work. And he's showing a level of restraint too, right? He wants nothing more than to just kill the man sitting to his right.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Even in the car, Jared, his eyes turned bright scarlet red.
But he knows if he did that, he can kiss Gon and Killua goodbye.
And that right there may be a problem.
What do you mean?
Because CHROLLO is very conniving, and he's understanding how he can exploit Kurapika.
Yeah.
And use his weaknesses against him.
Yeah.
So one thing that CHROLLO said in this episode is he'll put his friends before his mission.
Yes.
So this may give CHROLLO a way out. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's a good point.
It seems like we may have one death. I don't know if it'll be Pakunoda or whoever. But to me, it doesn't seem like CHROLLO's going to die here. Yeah. Especially with Hisoka on the horizon, looming out there. So I do worry for Kurapika and the gang because they care so much about each other.
Yeah.
Right? You can't have it both ways, at least not at this point, it seems.
Yeah, hopefully the outcome of this here will be a diplomatic and peaceful hostage exchange. Right? You give me back Gon and Killua, and we'll give you CHROLLO for now. If any of those three die at the hands of where they're at right now, all hell's gonna break loose.
Oh yeah.
All hell.
Oh yeah.
And Leorio, props to Leorio for doing what he did and playing the role he did. Yeah. Leorio seems to come and go a lot in these episodes.
Yeah, they tried to escape, but they couldn't quite do it. But it allowed for them to take CHROLLO.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else, brother, before we move on to this next episode?
No, again, just I am so impressed with what I'm seeing from Kurapika.
Yeah.
Right? The moment, I may have been Nobunaga who said that, you know, there have been some bones broken within Gon and Killua. Kurapika hung up the phone.
We're done negotiating.
He doesn't play.
No.
Right? He said, 1, no following. 2, don't hurt the 2 hostages. And 3, put Pakunoda on the phone.
Yeah. Nah, Kurapika's a boss. He's a damn boss out here.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody. Let's jump in to episode number 58. Signal to retreat.
Oh.
Who's going to be retreating?
White flag?
Let's find out. Here we go, everybody. Let's go.
確認する。旅団員パクノダ本人だな。もちろん。
本当よ。
これからお前たち2人にそれぞれ2つの条件を出す。それを厳守すればリーダーは解放する。
気づけパクノだ。こいつは俺を殺して恨みを晴らすように仲間の命を取る。それが鎖野郎の弱点。
And here he says it again. So they're on an airship? Is that why they met at the airport? Or
まずはリーダーへの条件1つ。今後念能力の使用を一切禁じる。2つ。
You can't get it out?
本当にこれでいいのか。奴らの頭さえ潰せば雲は瓦解する。そう思っていた。しかし
俺に人質としての価値などない。
彼が言っているのは全て本当。
Human lie detector.
頭を取っても雲は動く。
Right.
リーダーが絶対なのではない。場合によっては頭さえ切り離す集団。それが幻影旅団。ここでリーダーの動きを封じたところで奴らを封じることはできない。かといって他に手はあるか。この緊縛にも似た現状を解決する奇跡のような手が。ない。
There isn't.
見つからない。
You can't think of anything.
これでいいんだ。今私がなすべきこと。2人を取り戻す。
それが最優先。
So number 2 is to return them?
仲間を失うのは絶対に嫌だ。2つ、今後旅団員との一切の接触を断つこと。
It transitioned, yeah, back a little further. It transitioned from Gon and Killua. Who that?
Right, and he says, I don't want to lose anymore.
Is this a young Kurapika or something? Look at what he's wearing.
Yeah.
Or someone he lost, maybe?
Right.
絶対に嫌だ。
Wow.
2つ、今後旅団員
Or
との
somebody
一
from
切
his clan, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, you may not contact any member of the troop. So no contact troop. I was expecting him to say something about going to Killua here. But, right? The first one was you're forbidden from using nen. And the second, you can't contact the troop.
接触を断つこと。
And he's telling
この
Pakunoda
2つが
this?
条件。そしてそれを守らせるため、この律する小指の鎖、ジャッジメントチェーンをリーダーに刺す。それで OK か否か、お前が決めろ、パクノダ。OK よ。
Okay.
Oh. Oh, he put it around his heart.
次はお前だ、パクノダ。
Oh.
一つ、今夜0時までにゴンとキロを小細工なしで無事に解放すること。二つ、私のことについて一切情報を漏らさぬこと。依存がなければお前にも鎖を刺す。 OK よ。
So the previous conditions were for CHROLLO?
Yeah, it was Pakunoda
ゴンとキロが
speaking
操
for
作系
CHROLLO.
の能力者に操られているとしたら、心音でそれを察知できるか。
可能よ。キルア君とは一度会って普段の心音を聞いているから、いつもとどう違うかは聞き分けられるわ。
十分だ。人質交換の前に言っておくことがある。
I love Melody Jar.
クラピカ、あなたは頭の隅で矛盾を感じている。
Oh boy.
パクノダがなぜ一人で来たのか、そのことに。旅団が本当に非常なだけの組織なら、この人質交換自体成立しないはず。
追い詰められているのはお前たちの方だ。
彼らは鉄の掟を作り、団長はそれを遵守しようとしている。でも団員は少なくとも彼女は違う。あなたが憎しみを絞り出すようにしながら見据えているその女性は、今あなたと同じ理由でそこに立っているのよ。ただ仲間を、団長を救いたい一心で。あなたはそれに気づいているのでしょう。
まずお前は仲間の元に戻り、人質交換の旨を伝える。そして0時までに2人を連れてリンゴーン空港に来い。仲間は連れてくるな。どこに行くかも言うな。分かったわ。交渉成立ね。
Ain't no way she's
空港へ
following
送ってちょうだい。なぜ何も聞かない。私が何者か分かってるんだろう。不安じゃないのか。理不尽な交渉だと思わないか。私が本当にリーダーを返すと思うか。ええ。あなたに騙す気があるなら、わざわざそんなこと聞かないでしょ。
Kurapika's mind is going 100 miles a minute.
I know, man.
飲めると思ってるのか、そんな条件をよ。場所を言えパクノだ。ガキ二人を殺して鎖野郎をやりに行く。
どうしても。
どうしてもだ。言わないなら行かせるわけにはいかね
え。絶対に場所は言わないし、二人を連れて戻るのは私だけよ。邪魔しないで。
邪魔？そりゃどっちの話だよこら。ああ、
行きなよパクノだ。ここは私たちが止める。
止める？舐めてるか。
本気か。理解できねえぜ。お前ら頭どうかしちまったのか。
おそらく私たち着く前に全員鎖野郎にやられてるの。こいつら操作されてるよ。時間の無駄ね。私が吐かせる。
本当にわからないの。白野田がなぜお前たちに何も話さず戻ろうとしているのか、マチがなぜお前たちを止めようとしているのか、本当に操られてるからって思ってんの？お前たちの団長を助けたいからに決まってるだろ。仲間を取り戻したいって気持ちがそんなに理解できないのか。
黙ってろガキが。助かりたくって必死か。
自分のために言ってるんじゃない。取り消せ。
Killua could have probably done it an hour ago.
嫌なこった。文句あるなら来いよ。一歩でも動いたらその首へし折るぜ。
じゃあやだね。誰が動くもんか。クラピカはお前たちと違う。たとえ相手が憎い仇だって、感情に焼かれて容赦なしで殺したりはしない。もしもお前たちと約束を交わしたのなら、それを一方的に破ることも絶対しない。それは直接会ったパクノダには分かったはずだ。条件通りにすれば団長は必ず戻ってくる。
いい加減にしろよてめえ。勝手なことごちゃごちゃ吹きやがって。
もうやめろ。パクノダを生かしてやれ。
おめえまで何言い出すんだよ。
シャル、今俺たちにとって最悪のケースってのは何だ？
団長がすでに死んでて、パクノダたちが操作されている。鎖野郎の所在は結局知れず、この二人にもまんまと逃げられるかな。
Yeah, that's the worst case.
それが間違ってんだよ。最悪なのは俺たち全員がやられてクモが死ぬことだ。それに比べりゃお前が言ったケースなんざへみてえなもんだ。違うか？
まあそうだね。
理由はどうであれ、お前らどっちも団長に寄りすぎだぞ。その結果旅団が致命的に崩壊してみろ。それが団長に対する一番の裏切りだろうが。このまま揉めてたらそうなりかねねえぞ。頭冷やせ。いいじゃねえか、好きにさせて。ガキとパクなどを行かせて、もし団長が戻ってこなかったら、その時は操作されてるやつ全員ぶっ殺して雲再生だ。簡単なことだろうが。
それでいいよ。それで気が済むならね。まあ私は操られてないし、簡単にやられもしないけど。
Hisoka's being awfully quiet.
もしも
人質の二人に代われ。
壊すなよ。
大丈夫か？奴らはいるか？
全員いるよ。
おい
そっちの条件通り。
追わなくていいのか？これでもう鎖野郎が俺たちの動向を調べる術はなくなったぜ。
うるせえ。追おうとすりゃまたお前らが止めるだろうな。とりあえず様子見ててやるよ。もしこれで団長が戻ってこなかったらてめえもぶっ殺すからな。
ご自由に。
止まっている飛行船に乗れ。行き先はもう伝えてある。
約束通り3人ね。
飛び立つまではわからない。周りを注意してくれ。
This is the hostage exchange. Oh, who's that? Is that Hisoka?
あれ？ひそか。
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he.
なんで来たのよ。
He's gonna come and ruin the.
Right.
安心しなよ。影武者を置いてきているから。
早くしてよね。針なしで顔変えると 4,5 時間で元に戻っちゃうから。
That's his dummy.
僕もこいつに乗せてくれ。断ったらこの場でゴンとキルを
Oh my
殺
goodness.
しちゃうから。
Oh my goodness.
なんて
He's crashing
そん
the
なもっ
party.
たいないことしないけど。僕のターゲットは団長のみ。
Yep.
彼が解放されれば僕も船を降りるよ。団長と戦いたい。それだけなんだ。
This freaking dude, man. Like he's waiting in a waiting room at a doctor's office.
Yeah.
キル、携帯を胸に当てろ。
大丈夫。何もされてないわ。
Amazing.
よし。
Melody's the
交換開始だ。
Let's begin the exchange.
like the U.S. and Russia prison
Right.
shit.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, it's not over, brother.
Karapika for president.
Yeah.
Although something could happen right here.
旅団員との会話、接触は死。よりどころとしていたものを奪われた苦しみ、存分に味わうがいい。
Talking to Pakunoda?
ずーっと待ってたよ。
苦しみ、接触は死。旅団員との会話、接触は死。よりどころとしていたものを奪われた苦しみ、存分に味わうがいい。
Talking to CHROLLO or thinking that to CHROLLO, right?
Because of the contract placed on his heart?
I believe so.
ずーっと待ってたよ、この
Snap
時を。
Jordan. This could go very wrong.
さあ、やろう。
Oh gosh.
Does CHROLLO even have any inclination as to what Hisoka is
Right.
talking about here?
もうこんなもの必要ない。これでもう仲間割れじゃないから遠慮なくやれるだろう。
Hey, CHROLLO could care less.
Yeah.
なるほど。団員じゃないなら話せるな。俺はお前と戦えない
So we can
と
talk.
いうより戦うに値しないと言っておくか。俺は奴にジャッジメントチェーンなる鎖を心臓に刺されてもう念能力も全く使えないんだ。
Look at Hisoka.
Yeah. It's not much of a battle
Right.
anymore.
Dang.
出発していいそうだ。
そう。
密かなやつ戦わずに飛行船に戻ったぜ。
密かが団員ではないことにリーダーが気づき、鎖のことを話したんだろう。密かにすれば念能力の使えない相手では意欲をそがれたとしても不思議じゃない。
あいつは団員じゃなかったのか。
ああ。
どうやって抜け出したの？
変身の得意な友達がいてね。安心しなよ。少なくともクロロが僕に殺されることはなくなった。
He said I have a good friend.
少なくとも変身の得意な友達がいて。
Oh, this is Hisoka talking though.
Right.
Right.
Who's he talking about?
少なくともクロロが僕に殺されることはなくなった。壊れたおもちゃに興味はないんでね。
And it's not
もう
like
逃げていいよと。そうそう。
it's not like CHROLLO can tell the rest of the troop that Hisoka's a fake, right? Because he can't talk with them.
Right.
But I assume Hisoka's not even going to go back, or maybe he will.
I don't know.
実は僕の本当の占いでは団長とのデートは火曜日のはずで、しかも僕が対談する時にはもう団員は半分になってるはずだったんだ。運命は少しずつずれてきている。
危険な目に合わせて悪かったな。
うん。団長に鎖をさせたんだね。
ああ。だがこれで全てが解決したわけではない。
This isn't the end.
Far from it.
Oh, is this Meteor City? Where did Paku go back to?
She said meow.
団長は
Oh.
ここには来られない。
あ、ふざけろよ。きっちり説明しろ。返答次第じゃ。
大丈夫。その代わり
Is that the memory
一度
bomb?
に撃てる弾は6発。ちょうど結成時のメンバー分。フェイタ、フィンクス、マッチ。
Is she gonna eliminate people?
Is that the memory bomb gun or an actual gun?
Let's see.
信じて
Okay.
受け止めてくれる。
まさかバク。
おい、お前やっぱり奴に操作されてる。
信じろ。あれはパクだ。
私の記憶、
Okay. My memory.
私の思い、すべて込める。
Oh, she died.
She's dead.
She's dying
because of the pact.
お願い、私で終わりに。
バク。
死んでる。どういうこと？
俺が説明する。すべて分かった。
That is
パ
genius.
クノだわ。
クラピカの熱このまま下がらないといいのにね。そうだな。っておい、今すごいこと言っただろ。
Kurapika got sick after Pakunoda died. Perhaps it took a lot out of him. Is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah, that might be it.
クラピカの熱このまま下がらないといいのにね。そうだな。っておい、今すごいこと言っただろ。クラピカはもう旅団と戦っちゃダメな気がするんだ。クラピカから能力のこと聞いた時思ったんだ。もし本当に復讐だけ考えたならもっと別の能力にしてたんじゃないかって。そうかな。だって本当に相手を殺そうと思ったら心臓に鎖を打ち込むなんて回りくどいやり方しないでしょ。そりゃ対象が一人だったらな。クラピカは相手が複数なんだから一人捕まえてもすぐには殺せないよ。他の仲間のこととか聞かなきゃなんないしさ。そうか。むしろ俺は報復のために生まれた能力だと思うけどね。そっか。でも最初はそうだったとしても今のクラピカはもう。
私はいい仲間を持った。
でもまあ確かにこのまま動かないでほしいってのはあるな。団長が戻らなきゃ奴ら今まで以上に必死でクラピカ探すだろうし。俺たちもオークション会場に行くときは細心の注意を払わないと。って本当だろうな。グリードアイランドに関する秘策ってのはよお前の作戦頼みなんだぞ。でも確率は五分五分だよ。最初 70% とか言ってなかったか。なるほど、そりゃ面白い。っていうかそれしかないって感じだな。現実的でかつ堅実。五分五分どころか8割方成功する。本当？ああ、いけるぜ。
Look at them, man.
オークション会場は B ホールだって。あっちだ、あそこ。わあ
Looking dapper.
Troop.
なんで奴らがここにいんのさ。知るかよ。
へい、釣れねえな。逃げることねえだろ。
逃げるっつの。
安心するね。別にお前たちやるつもりないよ。
今となったら鎖野郎をやるわけにもいかなくなったしな。
どういうこと？
ああ、団長に念の鎖刺したんだろ。じゃあ殺せるわけねえじゃねえか。
なんで？逆じゃないの？こういう時便利だよな。素直に聞けるこいつの性格。
念ってのは死ねば消えるとは限らねえんだよ。深い恨みや未練を持ったまま死ぬとその念は強く残る。残された念は憎悪や執着の対象へおのずと向かう。そうなると念能力を使えねえ団長はその邪念をもろに受けて心身をやられちまう恐れがある。それほど死者の念は強い。だから鎖野郎をやるわけに。それほど死者の念は強い。だから鎖野郎をやるわけには。だから鎖野郎をやるわけには。喋りすぎだっつんだろ。分かってるよ。これ以上言わねえよ。念能力者の中には他人がかけた念を除去できる者がいるってことはな。
東か。
そんなわけで俺たちはお前らから手を引く。
Hold on, isn't that what your fortune made mention to?
そんなわけ。
East.
東か。
そんなわけで俺たちはお前らから手を引く。今日は純粋に競売を楽しみに来ただけだ。
Is this the real auction
フォーム
finally?
に戻る気だし
パクノダさんは？
な。あいつは死んだよ。
そう。
あんたたちなぜ逃げないの？
逃げるって？
手負いの私からなら逃げられるはずでしょ。そしたらこっちの切り札はなくなって 鎖野郎は望み通り団長を殺せるのになんでそうしないの？あいつの仲間なんでしょ？
仲間だからだよ、仲間だから本当はクラピカに人殺しなんてしてほしくない。
Damn.
だから交換で済むならそれが一番いいんだ。
Wow. They said we don't want him
ど
to
うしたの？
kill. Yeah.
早く行こうぜ。
バクはお前らに感謝してたぜ。
次回物語はグリードアイランド編へと動き出す。
Already?
この後はコントキルアのアンサイクロペディア。コントキルアのアンサイクロペディア。今日ご紹介するのはクロロ、余談の団長、特質系の能力者。他人の念能力を盗み自分のものにするスキルハンター。使うのは条件が必要なんだよね。東か。
Wow. All right. Talk to me, brother.
There's a lot to talk about.
Go ahead.
I think the coldest thought, I don't think it was an actual line that Kurapika said, but the coldest thought that he had, and that we saw in this entire episode from me,
yeah,
was when he thought to himself about CHROLLO, now you will know what it feels like to lose your home. That's power. That's power.
Yeah.
He did leave CHROLLO out in the dust. And we saw the image of CHROLLO standing by himself, unable to contact the troop. So in a sense, homeless, without a home.
Yeah.
Similar to how the troop left Kurapika after slaughtering his people, stealing their eyes. So I just felt that was incredibly cold and gave Kurapika a sense of accomplishment in his mission, right? It's like a gradual thing, but that was major.
Yeah.
Killing Uvo was one thing, but this is the leader. So leaving the leader out in the dust, I felt that was incredibly cold. Although we don't know what's going to happen with CHROLLO. He's talking about, East, huh?
Yeah.
You know? A few more things, brother. The memory bullets when Pakunoda shot the other troop members, or 6 of them, I think. That was another cold moment because I forget the exact restrictions that were placed onto Pakunoda, but I assume she couldn't spill everything that she learned via words. She wouldn't have had enough time.
Right.
So shooting them and then dying instantly, she essentially sacrificed herself.
Yeah.
And continued the life of the spider with this vital information. And the fact, who was it that said Paku wanted to thank you?
Yeah.
To Gon. I forget who said that.
Yeah, I forget who that was, but one of the troop members.
Yeah. Thank them, or thank Gon and them for not allowing Kurapika to kill CHROLLO. Is that why? Because we know how much she cared for CHROLLO.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, brother, the Greed Island arc is is upon us.
Come on.
I'm done talking.
Already?
Talk to me.
Like, this arc just flew by. If this, is in fact the final episode of this arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that moment, the Paku wanted to thank you. Why is it that in death, right now we've seen 2 Phantom Troop members die, Uvo and Pakunoda, both of whom I like, right? And I respect, right? The final moments of Uvo's life, just his resiliency, his strength, right? His humanity. And then the final moments of Pakunoda's life, her sacrifice. Maybe once they all die, Jordan, we can develop some sort of shrine for the Phantom Troop members. But again, if they do hurt any of our Big Four in any way, all that goes to the wayside.
Yeah.
I forget who said it in this episode, but somebody said fate appears to be changing bit by bit, right? So these fortunes aren't a thing that are a set thing, right? They're changing, and actions can make them change. So I found that interesting. And then when, again, I forget who said it, but they said Nen doesn't disappear after death.
Crazy.
Right? And they mentioned the word residual.
Yeah.
And that brought me right back to JJK when they mentioned residual. So I wonder if, again, that's another moment of inspiration, right? Taken from Hunter x Hunter and placed in JJK.
Interesting.
And then final point here, this was a very small moment, but it just shows you everything you need to know about Kurapika's character.
Yeah.
It was another phone call. Kurapika said, put the hostages on the phone. They gave it to Killua, I believe. And the first thing Kurapika asks quickly is, are you okay? Are you okay? Are they there? And those were the only 2 questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something different about this friendship and just, Kurapika.
Yep.
He pulled this off against the Phantom Troop. How?
I don't have an answer for that. He's a boss. I feel like so much just continues to happen. And the rewatches are always so useful.
Yeah.
Because it makes everything a lot more clearer. So these past 2 episodes, it's been a lot of mental warfare between both sides, negotiation, Kurapika doing what he did, placing the restrictions and the vows on Pakunoda and CHROLLO. So I think rewatching for me is going to be helpful. But yeah, I mean, these were some great episodes. This was a great arc.
Was this the finale of this arc?
If it is indeed the finale of it, then...
Because there's not much got resolved.
Right. There's still some unfinished business.
I feel like we may jump back to this arc at some point.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see? Speaking of Greed Island.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Kurapika jump in and help Gon with his goal of finding this game.
Ooh, I would like that.
Right? Because teamwork, we've been so focused on Kurapika's mission.
Yeah.
And what he wants and needs to do for himself. Everybody's got a different objective.
Right.
So next up, it looks like we're going to find out if Gon is going to be able to get his hands on this game.
Come on.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of stuff that we missed. Please fill us in. Alpha, Silly Goose, all of you. Please help us out. Let us know if it is indeed the end of the York New City arc. Yeah, and if there's anything else that's pertinent, leave it in the comment section down below. We will see you all for the next episode.
We love you. Do not forget, be kind.
And keep an open mind, everybody.
Peace.